on. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David Baruch Hashem. And today we're going to continue our lessons with Siyata D'Shmaya, of course, with these nice deep concepts. We always need a lot of Siyata D'Shmaya. And we're in Hilchos Tefilin, we're in Halacha Beis, and we're in the middle of letter Beis. And we're up to the line where it says, V'al kein heim shechorim, and therefore they are black. Right? So the tefillin, right? The tefillin have to be black. Right? Do we know that, right? Everyone agrees, right? And you have to make sure that the black doesn't come off. They should always be black, and they should be okay. So there's of course there's a reason why they're black, right? Right? Let's see. Ki shachris hu bechinas tzimtzum ha'or. Because shachris, right? The morning when it's dark, shachor means what does shachor mean?
Black.
Black, dark, right? Black, right? So shacharis. So you have in the word shacharis, you have shachor, right? Black. Because in the morning before sunrise, it's dark outside, correct?
Yeah.
Bechinas sa'oros shechoros shezeo bechinas ora nekuda, as black hair. Sa'oros are the hairs, black hairs. What is he? Why is the Rebbe bringing in here now? Why is he bringing in this idea of the black hair? Very simple. Because that's the Bechina of Ora Nekuda. That's the idea of the Ora Nekuda. We keep talking about going back to that Ora Nekuda, right? We get every morning the Nekuda Kadosha that comes to us, right? We tap into that every morning. We're learning how to do that, right? We're learning how when we have that feeling, that new feeling, that special feeling each morning, how to tap into that special feeling of the day, right? Each day. And that's what we're learning on. And that's the Ora Nekuda. That Nekuda, we said the Ora Nekuda is connected to the light that wound up in the Olam Atzilus, right, in the Yesod of Olam HaYestilus, right? Remember we said that yesterday, right? The sixth level, right? Yesod is the sixth level, right? So in the Olam HaYestilus, from the level of 10, right? We start off with Chabad Chagas. So when there was the Shviras HaKelim, the Kelim broke, so the Kelim fell down, the shards all fell down, but the light wound up landing up in the Yesod of Atzilus. That's where the light from the Kalim was. So as Hashem filled the Keli too much with light, the Kalim then exploded. What happened to the light? The light wound up in the Yesod of Atzilus. Okay? So we connect, and that's what we kept saying yesterday. We talked about the bris. Because the bris, purity, is connected to our Yesod, right? The Yesod. So what we connect our purity to the light up in the Yesod of Atzilus, and that's how we can get. That's the connection. You understand, Sasha? Right? It's a little esoteric. Yes. No, but you can understand the connection. Yes. We all understand we have all the spheres within ourselves, right? Right? We're like, for example, we're going to learn this during sphere, right? We can. That you have the right arm, your right arm is chesed, okay? The left arm is gvura, right? The left arm, that's gvura, okay? And then the torso, the body itself, is the tferes. The right leg is netzach. The left leg is hoid. The bris is Yesod, and Malchus is the entire body all together. So we have the Yesod. Tiferet is the guf, the torso. Do you call it the torso? That's called the torso. Is that right, David? That's correct? Okay, I want to make sure I said it correctly. The body, less the extremities of the arms and the legs is called the torso. So that's the Tferes. And then the right leg is Netzach, the left leg is Hoid, and the bris is Yesod. We understand that. So we have the Yesod. So we're connecting our Yesod, and we said that's on the Tefillin. The little knot on the side the little knot on the side of the tefillin is the nekuda. That's the ara nekuda. That's that nekuda that connects to the yesod. That's connected to your yesod, which connects back to the yesod in the olam atzilus. So we're just making the connection. You understand? In other words, it's very, very deep. But Reb Nosson is helping us to understand it in a way that we can that we can grasp it. You understand? You follow?
I'm not sure I grasped it yet, but I couldn't.
Okay. Well, let's do one more. Let's do one more time. Let's do one more time. We all understand. We have a bris kaidish, right? We all have a bris, right? So that bris is called yesod, right? Like Yosef HaTzadik is tzadik yesod olam, right? Yesod, right? The yesod, right? You understand how that works?
It might help if they could see the chart. I don't know what chart it is.
Which one? This?
The spheres.
No, he doesn't. I'm talking about it on yourself. No,
I
forget.
know, I know, but then still you can see it.
No. But let's understand this, okay? We all have the bris. The bris is the part of the body that's called the yesod. Okay, so you agree with that? That's okay, Mordechai? Yeah. Okay. So now we said yesterday, and we will say it again and again, of course, till we get it. Is when there was the shviras hakelim, when those vessels were shattered. So we said that the shards all fell down, and Hashem figured out exactly where each one would fall for whatever purpose it had to fall in that place. Okay? But we said, what happened to the light? What happened to that light? The light with the keli, the vessels were filled with the light. All right?
Yeah.
The vessels were filled with the light. So the vessel exploded, but where did the light go?
Stay.
So the light stayed in Atzilus, but in the sixth level of Atzilus, in Yesod.
At the highest level.
No, in the highest world.
Yeah.
But each world has 10 levels to it.
And each world has the
10 levels to it.
right.
Okay, so there are 4 worlds that we're discussing, and each world has 10 levels to it. Okay, so in the highest world, Atzilus, the R fell into the Yesod of Atzilus. Good? No?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what the side of the Atzilus. Atzilus is like something above the Keter? Or?
No. Okay, so each okay, we have in ourselves, every person's an Olam Katan, right? So we have a Chabad and a Chagas in us. What's the Chabad and the Chagas? We have the Chesed, we have the Chochma Bina Das. That's Chabad. That's in the mind, right? Which manifests itself. We learned that the Chochma and the Bina together make the Das. When you do that the right way, the Das divides itself to become Chesed and Gevura, which is the Zeranpin. You understand? And then that's how you get then it goes to Tferes, Netzach, Chod, Yesod, and Malchus. That's how it is. So each world is the same idea, Sasha. Each world has the same system in it. Not only because, again, we are an example. Each one of us is an Olam Katan. We're a small world. We're a small world to understand how it is in the real in the worlds of where we go through our tefillah, like we were learning, right? We travel. Remember we said that, right? That's why we do the Psukkah de Zimra. We need to say the words exactly the way we do because that's the combination to be able to get to the next worlds, right? So then when we get to these worlds, there are different levels in the world, right? You can understand it, right? Maybe we can understand it. Let's say there are different neighborhoods. Maybe that's how we can understand it. In the world, there are different neighborhoods. Okay, maybe each level is another neighborhood. Can maybe that help you understand a little bit better? Maybe?
Each level, so we're not talking about Sfirot, or it's all still the same?
Sfirot in the world, so we'll call each one of these spheres now a different neighborhood.
Yeah, within them they have...
Within them, in other words, you have 10 neighborhoods in each world. Okay? Each neighborhood is a different one of the spheres, okay?
Boroughs.
So, what?
Boroughs.
Huh?
Different boroughs.
Boroughs, whatever. If that's, Sasha, you like boroughs, we'll call it boroughs. No problem. We'll call it boroughs. Okay. And New York City has 5 boroughs, so you want to have 10 boroughs. Okay, good. Okay. You can have 10 villages, we can call it whatever you like. But
Netzach has got a 10, and then one of them is Yisod.
no. Atzilus, so it has the 10 in it. The light ended up in the Yesod, the 6th neighborhood, the 6th borough in Atzilus. Okay, got it? Now, how do we connect to that 6th level and to get that light? Because I want that light. I need that light down here. I need that light in order to keep me going and to give me chiyas in my life in order to serve the Rebbeinu Shalom. I need that light. So we're learning, how do we connect to that light? How do I get it? So the secret is by keeping ourselves pure. Because our Yesod is connected to that Yesod. Our neighborhood, the 6th sphere in us, so the 6th neighborhood inside of us is connected to the 6th borough, to the 6th neighborhood or borough of the Atzilus, the light. And that's how I can get the light. That's the connection. That's the klita.
There's no light in that in others?
No. That's where the light that I need. This is the light that I need. This is the light that I need. This is the light that's gonna energize me. This is the light that's gonna keep me connected to the Rebbeinu Shalom, to see through all of the shards that are down here in this world. All of those that are trying to pull me away from Hashem. Right? We said that, look, when all of these pieces fell down into the world. So these pieces, why did Hashem do that? To allow the possibility that someone can say there is no God. Hashem wanted that. We look at these people. We say, when someone says there's no God, we go, how could that be? That's what Hashem wanted. He wanted people to be able to say there's no God. Fascinating, right?
To the Bechira.
So there's free choice, exactly. So there's free choice. So now, but because that's so strong in the world, we need a constant fortification against that. So we don't subscribe to that. You understand? So where do we get this fortification? By keeping ourselves sexually pure, our thoughts, what we see, shmiras einayim, shmiras hamachshava, right? I'm careful what I see. I'm careful about what I'm thinking about, right? I'm careful about what I do, right? No pagama bris, right? If I'm doing that, so then I keep my yesod clean, right? So my yesod now it sends a signal to the yesod of Atzilus. And it gets a connection, it has a direct line for the light to come into me. And to you and to anyone that does this. You understand? Does it make sense? That's the Ora Nakuda. This is what we're talking about. This is the Ora Nakuda. Okay? Shehu bechina seichel tachton. This is the seichel, what? Okay, it's black. See that? It's beautiful. And there's your Nakuda. You see that? Okay. Shehu bechina seichel tachton. That this is an aspect of the seichel tachton. What's the seichel tachton? What's the seichel tachton? The tachton down here, the seichel to understand that there's HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the world. Seichel tachton. Bechinas nekuda shechayra shemeira ayedei ha'oros hamayach. The black, let's see, how are we going to translate this? The nekuda shechayra, that nekuda, the black nekuda, the blackness, right? That little black point. Shemeira ayedei ha'oros hamayach. That shines through the awakening of the mind. Ha'oros, the light of the mind, the connection to the mind. She'oz meira nekuda, shu bechinas diba, bechinas pi yadaber, chochma is vazai meira el halev, v'zeh bechinas tefilin. So what is this talking about? This is the idea that we learned about the other day. We said that when the person works on keeping his mind clean, right, by working on always connecting back to his chachma, right, to the chachma and the bina, so then the das manifests itself. And we said that what's malchus? Malchus is peh, right? Malchus is peh, right? Speech. So that's why he quotes here, Pi Yadaber Chochma, is the mouth will be able to speak the Chachma. Pi Yedaber Chachmas. Wow. Wow, we have a Chashav, a guest, Reuven. Wow.
Shkach.
Shkayach. Wow. Okay. V'azai meir lalev. Zeh bechinas tefillin. That's the idea of tefillin. So let's just review what we learned a whole bunch of concepts here, and we're talking about tefillin. Okay, right? So we're talking about the beauty of tefillin. How does tefillin? What is really so special about tefillin? Why is it so important that daily we put on our tefillin?
Connects you with Hashem.
Exactly. So let's talk. Let's just go through that. What is the connection that we're trying to connect to? So we learned some beautiful concepts because we're finishing days now. So we learned these beautiful concepts that the tefillin are almost our connection that broadcasts. In other words, we have it's like almost a connection. It has like an antenna, so it can connect up on high. So the tefillin are black, right? Why? Because shachris, right? That we daven in the morning shachris, right? Shachris, so shachar. But when I can see through the darkness to see to the light, to find the light within the darkness. Excellent. Well, this guy's a natural. This is great.
That's with our life.
That's it.
In this darkness, you always look for the light.
This is it. Wow, amazing. So then we said that the knot that we have on the tefillin shel yad, right? So we spoke about we put the tefillin shel yad on the left arm, right? We wear it on the left. Unless you're a lefty, you wear it on the right. So we discussed that also, and I learned from Rabbi Weinberger many years ago that those people that are lefties and they wear on the right, so in their body it's reversed. Okay, so if you're a lefty, so don't worry about it. Okay, everything's good. But normally people wear their tefillin on the left arm, and they use the right arm to tie the tefillin. Right? We learned that, right? And therefore we give the chashivas to the right arm, not to the left arm. You ever think about that?
When I was bar mitzvah, the gabbai that taught me my parsha and showed me how to put on tefillin assumed that I was a righty, so he put it on my left arm. For 15 years, I was putting it on my left arm. And then when I went to yeshiva by Rav Noach, one of the guys noticed that I was a lefty. He says, "Why are you putting your tefillin on the left arm?"
Because that's what he told me to do.
I switched. Lucky I was ambidextrous.
Yeah, wow. Oh, so you're an ambidextrous. Oh, you are an ambidextrous?
Yeah, you can play baseball both ways.
So if you're an ambidextrous, you may want to wear your tefillin. Well, it doesn't matter. Either way, an ambidextrous can choose.
It's too late now to choose.
No. An ambidextrous can choose.
Oh, can he?
Yeah, you could choose because you unless you favor. Do you favor your left more than the right?
I write with my left, but I play baseball with my right.
Wow. Writing is more important than playing baseball. I would say that, right?
I think you're right.
Yeah, that would be okay. So and either way. So therefore, Chazal told us that we give the preference to the right arm because that's the right arm. The left is gvura, is din, judgment, right? In things of severity and things like that.
And
so we take
chesed.
Chesed. So what we do is we take the straps and we wrap it onto the left arm to keep the din in check.
Is that why?
We're binding it down. We're holding the din down.
Why
so it can't go
times?
rampant. We don't want it to go rampant.
And why
we don't
seven
want
times?
Huh?
Why 7 times?
Well, that's because of the 7 spheres, right? You have the chagas, chesed, gevura, tferes, netzach, hod, yisod, malchus, 7. Okay, right, and then we said, right, okay, we're just making a little bit of review here, and then we said that the tefillin, that when we keep our mind clear, right, and how is that connected to your mind, right? Because you have in your mind, we have the Chabad. What's the Chabad? Is the Chochma, Bina, and Das, right? Chochma, Bina, Das, Chabad, right? So Chochma is all the information that you have, right? Information. Just information. Bina is processing the information that you have, right? You see things, but then you have to process it, right? It's just information until it's processed. What are you going to do with it? It doesn't mean anything. So the way you process it, and the question is, what do you fill your mind with what is your chachma filled with. So if you get up in the morning, we learned in Hilchas Tzitzis, right? When you get up in the morning, you're supposed to look at your tzitzis, and then you understand that that's the tcheles, is the tachlis. What's my purpose in life, right? It makes me understand that, right? So I fill my mind that way, right? So then when I get to shul, then I can put on my tefillin, right? So I take my tefillin, I tie it on the left arm. Now, what's the connection? How do I connect up on high with my tefillin? So we have the little knot. The little knot has to be connected to the bias, right? We said that yesterday. It has to be connected to the bias, right? To the housing. It has to be connected to the housing, and then it can send a message up on high. Now, why we have to send the message up on high? We'll say it one more time. Just make sure we understand it. And Mordechai, if you have any questions aside, please just ask. Okay, we said when HaKadosh Baruch Hu was creating the world, so HaKadosh Baruch Hu was a stakel baraisa, he looked in the Torah, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu had vessels. He had vessels and he filled them with light. But he overfilled them with light. Purposely, so that way these vessels should shatter. Why? Because Hashem wanted these vessels and the shards of the vessels to land in the worlds and specific places in the world to be able to allow for bechira, free choice, right? Because what happened was these shards were with the absence of light, because the light remained up in the Olam Atzilus, the highest world. It remained up there. Mm-hmm. But in the sixth level of the highest world, which was Yesod, okay? The shards all fell down here. The shards are all the impurity of the world, all the kfira, heresy of the world, all the sexual impurity of the world, all of that garbage is all because of these different tzaitzes that fell down. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants there to be able to be bechira in the world. That's the whole point. Hashem wants bechira, free choice.
Yeah, but if it's
Man has to have free choice.
Okay.
We have to have free. That's what Hashem wants us to have, free choice. What's free choice? So the world is screaming out, there's no God, and you can do whatever you want. Anything today goes. It makes no difference. The crazier it is, the better it is today, right? In the world, right? The crazier it is, the better it is in the world, right? Now, what are we going to use to keep us grounded? How do we stay focused and we don't subscribe to that nonsense? The Torah, but we're using the tefillin now. Of course, the Torah. The tefillin. So every morning it's important, integral, we put on the tefillin, because that little knot, people don't even realize how important that little yesod is, right? The little yesod. That's the little knot. The little knot connects up to the Olam Atzilus, the light of the world of the Atzilus. Because when the vessel shattered, the light stayed over there. So I can only keep myself pure. When I keep myself pure in this world, I can connect my Yesod, the Bris Kodesh, to the Yesod of the Olam Atzilus, and I can get a direct connection of light to come down. And I use my tefillin to do that.
So why shouldn't we wear it all day?
We spoke about it. That was Mordechai's question yesterday.
So what it is, you get a shot.
Repetition.
You get a shot that lasts you the whole day.
Oh, okay, all right.
Really, you could wear your tefillin all day, but because we have hesed chadas, because we don't have full good concentration, and we forget, and therefore we're not wearing our tefillin. Okay, but it's like Mordechai. I loved what he said yesterday. It was great that it's like you get your inoculation, right? And now you're good for the day, right? And that's really what it is. And then you're supposed to remember it during the day. It helps you jog your memory, right?
And if you need another shot, you can put it on in the afternoon and get another shot.
Okay. So, any questions on Beza? We covered that, okay? Right? I mean, these are very deep concepts, but I'm trying again to bring them down somewhere that we can make sense in our minds. Mm-hmm. So, okay? Yeah.
These shards, and you may be going to do this later, or you did it, and I'm trying to remind
No
myself,
worry. Okay, just go ahead.
Shards are trying to attach to us so that they can get to the light.
They want the light, yes.
But Are these shards? Are they? Do they stink? Are they?
They have impurity
have
to them.
impurities.
Yeah, they do have. Yes, yeah, they do. Why? Because they're in the world for so long. They've been here since creation. So, and then sometimes a person goes to a certain place, and then one of these spark, it senses the neshama of the yid.
Really?
Yeah, and then this spark attaches itself to the Jew. Oh, but wait a second. But now this spark, well, it could be good, it could be bad, because now this spark may cause the Jew to do things wrong, because he has no light of his own, and he has only impurity. But he comes from a place of light, and that's why he sees the neshama of the Jew. He wants the neshama. The spark wants the neshama of the Jew, because why? The neshama of the Jew. Where's it come from? Tachas kisei hakavod. Underneath the kisei hakavod. Where's the kisei hakavod? In the olam atzilus. And that's where that light came from. So the shard says, oh, I see the neshama. The neshama is connected up there. Oh, that's my ticket. That's my ticket. I want that. So now, does the Jew elevate this spark? Does he elevate it? Or does he let it drag him down? You understand? So we're going to come in contact with these things all the time. And that's the different things that we sense each day. We go somewhere, you feel something, you get a new idea, you get another thought, or what can I do over here? You get these things. Where do all these things come? Because of the place that you're in at that time. Right? We said the Baal Shem Tov. I'll tell you the story one more time. One time the Baal Shem Tov took his chevra on a trip. They went on a trip, right? He did that a lot. They went on a lot of excursions, right? Excursion, it's a good word, right? Excursions, okay. So they went on an excursion. They were in their wagon, and they had Alexei, the big Ukrainian guy, right, was their driver, right? No, it's fair. Okay. Yeah. And they were riding through the night. They were riding. Okay, fine. And then all of a sudden, the Baal Shem Tov tells Alexei to stop. Tells him to stop. He stops. And the Baal Shem Tov looks at Alexei and he says to him, I want you to tell everybody here what you were thinking. Tell everyone what you were thinking.
Hopefully
so he says, Rabbi, I don't want to do that. No, he says, it's okay. Please, tell everybody what you were thinking. Please. So he says, okay, fine. I was thinking like this, I'm a big Ukrainian strong guy, and I could take on all you rabbis here, no problem, And, you have your nice fur coat, the fur pelt, the pelts, right? And a nice silver cane, right? And I can take all this stuff, and I could leave you guys just over here, I could kill you, and nothing's going to happen. So the Baal Shem Tov said, thank you, Alexei. He says, and I know you're a good guy, he said. So the Baal Shem Tov said, why, he tells the Chevra, why did he have such a feeling over here? What happened? He said, because in this place, years ago, there was a murder that took place in this place. There was a murder that took place over here, and therefore that was ma'ira. It caused him to have a thought of murder because a murder took place in that place. Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Uh-huh.
No, to understand the concept.
Right.
So we go to different places, different things happen in those places, and we get different feelings. But we have to know how to respond to them. So that's what the tefillin is helping us. You understand? Every day we learn that tzitzis are helping us. That's why we had tzitzis all day, right? Urisa ma'isa yuschartem is kol mitzvahs Hashem. The tzitzis are very important, right? So we have the tzitzis on all day, right? We can wear the tzitzis no matter where we go. You can take the tzitzis when you go, to the bathroom. You don't take them off, right? They're very holy, but you're allowed to take them into the restroom, right? Wherever you go, you can take your tzitzis, right? There's no moratorium. You can take your tzitzis wherever you want. So the tzitzis can always keep you grounded. And that's why you wear your tzitzis, right? They keep you grounded during the day. The tefillin is like Mordechai says, it gives you that inoculation. It gives you that shot in the morning. It gives you that shot in order to be able to connect the light, to bring the light in for you during that day. That's why we wear the tefillin in the morning, as early as you can in the morning. Why? Because I want to get my light connection in the morning so I don't stumble during that day. You follow?
Yeah.
Interesting, right? No, so when you walked in here, you were perfectly right. I want to connect to Hashem. That's why I wear my tefillin. Oh, yeah. And now you're learning the system on how you connect to Hashem.
Good.
Okay?
Is the shard like part of the other side, Sitra Achra? How would we say that?
Sitra Achra.
Are they part of that? Are they part of the evil influence?
Yeah. They have the evil influence on them, yeah. But again, they came from a very special
I
place.
understand.
Yeah, they came from a very, very high place.
So we can rectify them.
We can, yeah. That's our job. That's our job. That's why when we were in the desert, right? The Zohar says that the most of these shards wound up in the deserts and different places that people don't normally go. Why? Because they don't want.
Help us.
No. Because the other side doesn't want us to make these rectifications, because then he's out of business. See, when we fix up all of these sparks and we elevate them all, then the game's over. So he's done. The Sitrach is done. Remember the Gemara says, right, that at the end of when Mashiach comes, the Satan's going to be slaughtered, right? So he doesn't want to be slaughtered, right? So the question is, when we were in the desert, sometimes we had 39 places that we went to, right? And we stayed sometimes overnight, and sometimes we stayed there a long time, right? Do you ever know why? The Rizal says because certain places had more things for us to work on. There were more of these shards in that place. So we had it needed more time in order to elevate all of those spots. As soon as we did what we had to do, we moved on.
And what happens to the shards? They elevate?
They get elevated. They get elevated, they go back up.
So how come there are no more?
Well, no, because that's the purpose. It's almost a game. It's almost like a game that, you have to collect the things.
Yeah.
You understand, right? When you've collected all the things, that you win the game, right?
Yeah.
Right? Why is that?
But that's like a never-ending thing, though, right?
No, it's not never ending. No, it's ending. You can, when Mashiach comes, it'll be all collected.
Oh, but,
No, so listen.
Not.
And that's the same reason why there are Jewish neighborhoods that come and Jewish neighborhoods that go, right? There are Jewish neighborhoods that come, right? You have a new Jewish neighborhood. Now it's a thriving Jewish, and in a few years it's gone. Everyone moved out. Why?
I thought that was because of Schwarzers.
Yeah, but why? Yeah, it is. Yeah, okay, it is, right? No, because again, we did what we had to do over there.
Oh, okay.
So now the Schwarzers can come. That's not nice to say.
No, you're right. I apologize.
We have all special.
Some of those black people are Jewish.
They're very special people.
I mean,
We
we
heard about it
for
yesterday.
Schwarzers.
What?
You're listening now.
Oh,
The class goes out to a lot of people all over the world. Yes, so no. It's okay. No one meant any harm. No one meant any harm. Right? No one meant any harm. Yeah. So you understand. So that's why those neighborhoods, they come and they go, because again, it's the same concept. It's all the same concept. Does it make sense now a little bit?
Yeah, it makes more sense that why desert is so attractive. It's just for me, it's very attractive.
Right. Okay.
Why I
So.
end up in the desert. It's like,
Well, so you okay, and then you can accomplish things in there because maybe your neshama is connected to some of those the sites that are in that desert, and that's why you're attracted over there. Very simple. It's not hard to understand.
absolutely. Yeah, then I've learned at the Shiro also about the Arizal that he would go out in the woods and give over the Torah.
Yeah.
Because of a chashash that the place would be contaminated by the person who built it.
Built it.
And Rabbi
So he
Shimon-
went out into and it was untouched.
Yeah, and Rabbi Shimon also.
Yeah.
To the sea, which was like totally.
And where did Rabbi Shimon write the Zohar? In the cave.
Right.
Wasn't built by man.
Right. So because of this.
This idea, like like we said for the story from the Baal Shem Tov. When you come to a certain place, it's ma'ira that thing, right? So if you come to a certain place and you're getting bad thoughts, move over, go to another place. Could be something happened in that place. That's why you're having these thoughts in this place. So get out of there. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Right? Okay. Do we have a little time? We can go further a little bit.
Yes.
You're going to daven at 8:10.
yes. So ended about 5 after 8.
Yeah. So let's just get started on Gimel, okay? B'zeh bechinas tefillin shel or behema v'chaya v'oiv. Right? So we said before that tefillin is so wonderful, right? They're so wonderful. So maybe I'll make my tefillin out of gold. Wow, right? They're great, right? Maybe make it out of gold. No, we said that's no good. Why? Because we have to work the leather. We have to work the skin. Only after you work it does it become beautiful. Right? Gold is gold. Gold is gold, right? But a skin smells, stinks, and then the more you work on it, the more the tannery, the more they work on it, the more they soften it, they clean it, they get it, it becomes more beautiful, right? And it starts to smell, has a nice smell to it. Right? Leather, after it's worked out correctly, it has a nice smell. The same thing with the tefillin, you have to work on it. Why? Because teaching us that we have to work on ourselves. Right? We have to work on ourselves. All right? Now, because the Rebbe says like this, Ki ahavas hanefulos, because these fallen loves, the fallen love of the world, right? Okay, which of course are not right, not good. Heim bechinas ahavas habahamias. That's the same idea of animals. Animals see something, it wants it, it goes, right? It's an animal, and it's an animal instinct, right? An animal instinct, right? I see something, I want it, I go for it, right? That's an animal instinct. Shegam heim yesh lahem taivas elu, right? Because they also have these type of taivas. Al ken heim daika oisin tefillin, and therefore I make my tefillin from them. So when I see my tefillin, I have to think for a second, where did these tefillin come from? These tefillin came from a cow, came from a goat, came from a sheep, could have came from a fish, could have came from a bird. Doesn't matter. Anything that's mutter lepicha, anything that we learned that you can eat, that can be consumed, can be used to make a stam. Right? Sefer Torah, tefillin, and mezuzahs, right?
Really?
Yeah, anything.
Oh.
It's always not, maybe it's not practical, but it can be done.
Oh, okay.
It's not practical because maybe the skins from a bird are too thin. It may not last, but if it had to be done, it could be done.
Wow, you can make it from giraffe.
Yeah, 110%.
Skin.
110%.
Well, a giraffe's not kosher.
A giraffe is, yes, it is. We don't know how to shecht it.
Really?
The giraffe it has a split hooves and it chews its cud. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah?
But we don't have the Masorah. We lost the Masorah on where to shecht. A giraffe has a long neck.
Yeah.
So where would they shecht the giraffe? We don't know. And because we don't know, that's why we don't eat a giraffe. But a giraffe is a kosher animal. Right? You can make tefillin out of a deer. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Deer's a kosher animal. Venison. Right? Venison's anything that's kosher you can make. But why? Again, here, you understand? Because again, I look at my tefillin and I remember the tefillin was made from an animal, but it was made into something beautiful. I need to take my animal instincts and turn them into something beautiful. Not to bring me down. It's supposed to lift me up, elevate me. That's why the tefillin are made. Isn't this an amazing concept? That's why the tefillin have to be made from an animal, because the animals have these instincts to see and want it. But I don't have to have those impulse. Maybe that's the right word to use. Impulses. Impulse, right? An impulse, right? A person sees this. I need to go get that. I need this thing, right? That's what the whole advertisement world is about, right? You see, I need this thing. I got to go out and get it. Right? That's what they try to do. Isn't that what they do, right? But the tefillin are what's there to help me. That's what's there to help me when I see my tefillin, I remember what's important in life. I remember, where did these tefillin come from? I have a book that shows you the whole process of how they made the tefillin. The leather from when it starts.
Amazing.
I think I have it here. If I do, I'll bring it and I'll show you. It's unbelievable the way they work on it. the way they work on it. But it comes into something so beautiful. Dahainu shemalin oisam magdishin oisam b'kedushas tefillin. They're raised up and they're made the mamish the kedusha of the kedushas tefillin. Kitzrichin, because we need ibud. It needs to be worked on. It needs to be worked. It's hard work, right? It's hard work to work. I mean, I never did it myself, but I see I see what the pictures, and you can see it's hard work to to make the leather, to craft the tefillin is very, very hard work, and you have to do it. You have to do it lishma, right? When you have to do it, then you have to have the right intention when they're doing it, right? They have to say l'shem kedushas tefillin, right? Right? They have to say, right? And when it was doing it, you can't just be working on it. You have to be working on it for the purpose of making tefillin, of making a mezuzah, of making a sefer Torah, right? That's what you're doing. You have to do. You need to have. It has to be done lishma.
Same with shita. They have to say
Yeah. Right. You say l'shem kedushas tefillin, right? Okay. And it's not good to have it just in mind. It's not good. They can't just think, oh, well, this is l'shem. I'm thinking it's l'shem kedushas tefillin. No, you have to say it. Say it. Utter it. Why? Because when you utter it, the words you say are vessels. The words you say are vessels. The light can fill into those vessels when you create them. Mm-hmm. That's why saying the words of tefillah is so important. Actually uttering the word, enunciating the words are so important, because then you're constantly creating vessels for light, which is the malchus, which is peh, the lowest. But again, it creates the kli. And that kli then can be filled with the light. You understand that your kli. So I have to say the words. Actually say the words. Then the Rebbe says, and through me making it lishma, and through me with having the right intentions, and I do it and I say it with my mouth. The aura nekuda kedosha, that aura nekuda kedosha, that special holy light from the highest world, from Atzilus, of the Yesod of that Atzilus, that's found now in the Tefillin. Meir el bechinas ahavas and nefula shehem bechinas abamius. So then that light shines at me to make me understand. No, that all of the things that they say that the world is trying to entice me with, I realize they're all garbage. It's all nonsense. But the tefillin helps me do that. The tefillin, that's why it's so integral. Every day we put on the tefillin, because I need that fortification on a daily basis. Shein bechinas habahamis, dahainu lahaor. Va'azai choyzu min al kedusha, and then I can bring the things back to kedusha. Right? We said we're supposed to have ahavas hachesed. What's ahavas hachesed? Ahavas hachesed is when we have a ahava for kedusha. Right? We love Jews. We love Eretz Yisrael. We love HaKadosh Baruch. We love the Torah. That's using the love in the right way. Right? That's taking the love and elevating it, not taking the love and bringing it down to the ahavas and the nefulos, right? We don't want to do that, right? The tefillin helps me do that. Okay, so any questions on that so far?
Elevating, what is it? Is it?
You elevate the love. You have love, which again, that's a noga. That's like what you learned with the idea of klipas noga, right? It can be good, it can be bad, right? Love. I can love my wife, my children. I can love my kahila. I can love Eretz Yisrael. I can love the Torah. I can love HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? Or I could take someone, Chas v'Shalom, could take that love, and they can go and do anything. You understand?
Love their neighbor's wife.
Well, okay.
But
that's a fall in love. That's an example of fall in love.
So when you talk about elevate, is it like going somewhere, or is it just?
Yeah,
You're lifting up.
you're constantly lifting it up. Yeah.
You're raising your
You're raising your values.
To the, I mean, is it
You're
going-
raising. Well,
raising
maybe we
that.
can understand. You're raising your values. You're raising your approach to things.
So you're either raising them or lowering them.
Raising your soul.
You're raising your soul. Good. So let's go a little bit further. Okay, v'azai nasa me'ora behema v'chaya tefillin, and that's why we make the tefillin that can come from any kind of a domesticated animal, right? Chaya, a behema, or a chaya, any wild animal. Like the example would be a deer or a giraffe, right? A deer and a giraffe is not a domestic, right? It's not an animal that they can stay in they're wild animals, right? Right, a cow is not the same thing as a deer or a giraffe, right? Would you agree?
You say so.
No. I mean,
No, they're domesticated.
right. That's what I'm saying because they stay.
They're not wild.
They're not wild. They're not wild animals. That's the right word to use, right? Domesticated, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And therefore, you can make from the chaya tefillin shehem. Then they're called kodesh. They're called holy, right? Vazai. Here we go. Okay. Ki chayzrim ela nekuda kadesha, because I can bring them back to that nekuda kadesha, that light, that light that we keep talking about, that nekuda kadesha she bechinas kodesh, which is kodesh. And I think we'll stop over here now. Amir Hashem. Okay, we'll stop over here. Do we have any questions? Any comments?
Two questions.
Two questions.
We're learning now is Tanya.
No, Likutey Halachos.
Likutey Halacha.
Yeah. I'll bring you a book. I'll give you a book. Any questions on the material now? We're good?
Yeah, the second
Shkoyach,
question.
everybody.